On this episode of the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica, after last week's foray into Gen X nostalgia, we thought we should tackle something more recent, something hip and happening and now. So I sent these boys out to research the latest and hottest new fake bands, and what have you come up with?
A fake musician from a show that was just on the air until about 15 years ago.
Oh, for crap's sake. This is the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica. Welcome to the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica. I'm Charles. There's Alan.
Hey there.
There's T-Mike.
Hey there.
And this week we are talking about Hannah Montana, a cultural juggernaut beloved by tweens and teens in the early 2000s. But first, any business? Any emails?
No emails.
That's fantastic.
But I did
If you do want to write us, you can go to vakebands@vgg.com and write us about
anything.
how
really
poorly we do this Hannah Montana episode. Since
bunch of gray hairs trying to
not the show that we watched.
talk about youth. It's not even youth anymore.
All right, anything else we should talk about?
Yes, actually, there's. I want to make a quick callback to our previous Sid and Marty Krofft episode.
Fantastic episode.
I thought so, yeah. And well, I got to admit, I had some doubts about one of the bands you mentioned.
You doubted me?
Well, from the
you doubted my work.
From the Bugaloos. You said that, they had a lot of fake bands in passing.
No, they had tons of them.
And one of them, the last one you said was Engelbert Ashkenazi and the Barefoot Rebellion.
Yes.
And the more I thought about that band, the more suspicious that name became to me.
And you thought I faked it.
It's too elaborate. It's too crazy. There's too many weird words in it, especially Ashkenazi. How are they sneaking Ashkenazi into a 70s kids show? And most importantly, the band name did not have the word electric in it. Which
That's true.
Pretty much every other fake band did.
Right.
So I doubted you. Yes, I figured since you were the only one who watched all those Bugaloos episodes in your research, you slipped in a band you made up to put one over on us, as you have attempted several times in previous shows.
Attempted and succeeded.
J'accuse.
And
so I looked it up, smart guy. I found that episode on archive.org. I watched that part.
It's
I found
also on
it.
Tubi. You can see it for free on Tubi.
Do you know what I found?
You found I was right.
You're exactly right. Well done. I'm sorry I doubted you. Carry on.
You know how hard it was for me to get that to work? I had to buy the broadcasting rights of North America. And then once I had the broadcasting rights to the Bugaloos, I had to dub in a whole new one. It used to be the Mo Better Meaty Meat Burgers.
Oh, nice.
And I said, no, that right there, Engelbert Ashkenazi and the Barefoot Rebellion. Well, there.
Well done. That is
nice.
Yeah, of course.
It's a consummate.
That would have been a
name.
really tough one for me to make up, that name. But I can't believe somebody came up with that.
Yeah,
name.
I know.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm just like, wow.
Okay, one thing we should talk about is the Grammy nominations
That's
just came out, right? And for one thing, there's 95 different awards for the Grammys.
Oh, my God.
There's best chamber music kind of. It's like they still do chamber music.
Is this typical? I mean, is it always?
I think there's even more now. They have one with, I think they split the country music to traditional and contemporary.
That was just to screw over Beyonce.
Yeah, white and black country. In other words, not just Beyonce. There's the other top 10 musicians who are black and country, and all the racists are all mad. So
wow,
yeah.
But so there's so many of them, and so I'm thinking, K-pop Demon Hunters is so huge and everything. You're going to have the bands, but they're only nominated for three awards.
Okay,
Song of the Year. But not Album of the Year or Record of the Year. Best Pop Duo or Group Performance.
Okay.
And Best Song Written for Visual Media.
What a weird.
Okay.
I kind of, I know the Grammys are kind of like, we don't care if it's popular. We care if it's important and everything. Yes. It matters so much if it's important. But this is like the cultural touchstone of this year kind of thing. You would think there would be more.
Well, they were even back in the 60s, they were handing out Emmys to, Grammys. Like Frank Sinatra, while the Beatles were storming the charts and it took years for them to like adjust to pop music, quote unquote.
Yeah, I thought it was surprising that they weren't mentioned. But then, one of the things I'm railing about right now is Billboard Hot 100 is just trash now.
Yeah.
So I looked at
I saw there was like an AI artist.
That's on country. Yeah.
the country AI artist got on the charts.
Well, that's different than what I'm talking about here. This is the Hot 100, and Golden is back up to number 2.
Oh,
right,
okay.
It was like 1 through 12 was Taylor Swift. It's kind of like shifted and settled, and it's back up to number 2. There are 7 of the songs from K-pop Demon Hunters that's still in the top 35.
Wow.
For this. You have Golden, you have Soda Pop at 12, Your Idol at 14, How It's Done 23, What It Sounds Like 29, and Takedown is 35, and the Takedown version by Twice is at 77. So you could even have one that's adjacent to it.
Wow.
So it's still
pretty
important.
Yeah.
It's still culturally relevant here.
Yeah, but I think like the average age of like the enemies is probably older than us.
This is it's the Grammys. We're talking
Sorry,
about.
Joe.
I mean, the Phoenix used to, when I worked there, they used to refer to it as the Grannies. That was actually, they talk about the Granny nominations. And so, I mean, that was famously, they nominated Jethro Tull as the best metal album.
Oh, that very first year, wasn't it? The very,
first metal, yeah.
One thing I do want to point out, though, this is for, I think, the week for ending in November 15th. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the number 10 song in the country is right now?
It's not Walk My Walk by Breaking Rust, the fake country guy, is it?
No.
Okay.
Is it? It couldn't possibly be Mariah Carey already, is it?
No, not that high.
Oh.
All right.
Thriller by
Whoa.
Michael Jackson.
That must be big on TikTok, I guess.
Thriller.
Wow.
Do you know what the number 21 song is? We've mentioned it recently. Monster Mash.
Oh,
Yes!
Number 21 in the country.
God. Oh, because of Halloween. Okay, that makes sense.
The number 22 song right under it, Ghostbusters.
Oh, man.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
This is the chart. The charts, that's what we have now.
Wow.
Wow.
Number 24, Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell.
I remember that one. Wow. That actually had Michael Jackson doing backup vocals on it.
I think Jermaine as well. I think I read.
Really?
That. But yes, they were like uncredited, I think.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. All I Want for Christmas is at 31 right now.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's
And
amazing.
Last Christmas by Wham is 43.
I thought you said All I Want for Christmas is a 31. And I was like, is that a gun? Is a 31. I was like, is that a gun? Is that like a gun song?
It's
or
a
what?
trend.
Is there a new band called 31 or?
No, but Mariah Carey, yes. So we're right now in between all the Christmas songs hitting the charts and all the Halloween charts falling off. This is what we have now. This is what our charts. Back in the day, I know I'm sounding like some old man ranting, and get used to it. We're talking about Hannah Montana. And it's going to be old men ranting. But the charts are just garbage now. Because back in the day, you'd have 40 songs that were all different artists all over the place, all different kinds of sounds and genres.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, people are, putting Thriller in like videos, and it's getting streams. And
Well, I kind of.
I'm against it.
Well, I don't know if it should be in the charts or charted differently, but I like that these older materials still out there and still popular. And
You're happy that the Monster
Mash.
Mash.
Are listening to the Monster Mash and they like it.
The Monster Mash is
good
over
thing.
60 years old.
Wow.
Should it be on the charts right now? You have actual people making brand new music that we could be charting, but no, let's put Rockwell back on.
Well, fast forward to a July episode and Charles is ranting about like Battle Hymn of the Republic. Why is this on the chart?
This is ridiculous.
Hey,
Mozart. We got Mozart on here.
Rockwell probably needs a check right now more than ever, man.
I wonder if
Give
it
him a
went to
break.
24 when it was new.
I think it got up to number 2.
Oh, wow.
I think I looked to see.
It was popular. I didn't know what its chart history was because who would have ever looked that up?
Yeah, I don't. I agree. Not until now when I started going, how?
Yeah,
Why?
why?
Why are the charts this terrible now?
Yeah.
I don't get it. So, Miley Cyrus's 33rd birthday is coming up November 23rd. Perfect time for us to do this right now. We wanted to pay tribute to her time as a fake pop princess, Hannah Montana. So, Alan, since you lost the bet, since you have a PhD in English, we turned to you to handle our research on this project.
Yes, I feel honored to have endured the past week of research. Hannah Montana was a sitcom, tween show that ran from 2006 to 2010. It starred Miley Cyrus as Miley Stewart, an everyday tween who lives in a giant house full of music-related tchotchkes
Yep.
that are just rarely, if ever, interacted with. They might as well just be painted on the walls. Her dad is a former country star, Robbie Ray Stewart, who's played by Cyrus's real dad, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Don't tell my heart, my head keep breaking hard. I just don't think he'd understand.
Who was also
That song is just great.
Also a country star. That was an unstoppable earworm hit of 1992. If you don't know, people, 5 weeks at number 1 on the country charts, crossed over to number 4 on the pop charts, hit the top 20 in a dozen countries. Even the Chipmunks version charted in the top 100 in the UK, Australia, and the US. It was even awarded the highest honor pop music can give. Weird Al did a parody of it.
What was the parody?
Achy Breaky Song.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is actually kind of satirizing the song itself. Like,
No.
please stop, don't play the Achy
Don't play
Breaky
the song, yeah. Well, one of the things that I learned about while doing this research is Billy Ray Cyrus is so not okay with acknowledging the fact that he's basically a novelty act. I mean, he really bristles at this.
Such a huge hit. It really has like dogged him his entire career.
Well, he has had a pretty long career.
He's had a long
He's had
career,
like
but he's
16 albums
He's
out.
never had anything that was anywhere nearly as successful as
he's had
yeah.
other chart
Yeah.
success for sure, but this was the
This is-
monster
yeah,
that launched him.
yeah.
This sold like 9 million copies.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough for anybody to have
Yeah.
one at that level.
I mean, full credit to Vanilla Ice. He owns the fact that he was like a one-hit wonder, and he's parlayed it in this weird career as like a house flipper and he's
Yeah.
on TV. I mean, but when you ask him about it, he's very blasé and like, it's kind of funny. Like, isn't that funny how fame works? Like, it's really surprising. Billy Ray Cyrus gets really pissy about bringing this up and like kind of like his history and mentioning this song, which is really odd.
Well, he
You know?
did do that remix with Lil Nas X with Old Town Road
Yeah,
that brought
yeah.
it back up
Brought
the
it back-
country
I know.
and brought it up. So he had a number one. He was credited with part of the number one hit
Yeah,
for like almost 20 weeks.
something like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that was just what 2019 or so.
something like that. Yeah, 2018, 2019.
So yeah, he's had 2 big hits.
Yeah,
he's not a one hit wonder. He's a two hit wonder.
Yes.
All right.
So, but your kids were probably all too young to
Yeah,
watch this.
yeah, I
Charles,
mean,
you're saying
yeah.
the boys were like 1 and like
They were
2?
born in 2004, so they would have been 2 to 6.
Yeah. So
And so, boy, the point when they and their peers would have been old enough to really care about it, it would have just been off the air like 6 years. So it would have been considered uncool kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, it wouldn't be retro yet.
Yeah.
So we were figuring it's kind of late millennial, very very early Gen Z, but it's really a millennial show.
Yeah, I would say so. The late millennial kind of crowd and
Yeah.
everything.
I remember when it was on, but because that was like right when I started grad school. But I feel like Miley Cyrus has really had a lot more of an impact on culture shortly after it went off the air. Like, I feel like she was big, but then she became huge, and it was like the 2013 MTV Music Awards with like her twerking and the sticking out the tongue and whatever, and then the Wrecking Ball video was like really huge.
It's part of that weird arc of like, female celebrities who start, like almost as preteens, and then they hit 18 and they feel like this urge to shrug off like the, wholesome, cutified version of their career and become more adult. And we see this over and over again. And
I mean, that's like a Disney cottage industry, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But honestly, the best thing to come out of that whole era was Missy Elliott's WTF, Where They From, with Pharrell Williams.
Shawty, what? The dance that you're doing is dumb. How they do it where you from? Hey, sticking out your tongue, girl, but you know you're too young. A bunch of girls do it and it should look fun. That's how they do it where we from. Hey, you know it don't start till 1. That's how they do it where they from.
So even though it's not about Miley, but come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah, that was definitely about a Miley. But we should acknowledge that after her starting Disney TV and then that whole thing where she was duetting with Robin Thicke and doing bong hits of Salvia, she has continued to be a fairly major cultural force.
Yeah, that's largely missed us.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just, let's admit it, it's not our wheelhouse.
Yeah. I'm guessing she was kind of her generation's Madonna or Britney or Taylor Swift or I don't know who the Miss Rachel, the new kids are.
What's a Miss Rachel? I don't even know what a Miss Rachel is.
Oh, you don't know Miss Rachel?
No, what is Miss Rachel?
That's right. She's a children's performer who does YouTube. They started it during COVID. My kids, actually, Eliza loves her, and so but she's very like high quality kid stuff.
Oh, high quality ones.
Yeah,
Whoa,
so it is nice. But it's not. I mean, it's not like not saying like high class, but it's like it's not your typical AI driven YouTube slop or like Coco Melon or that kind of just kind of weird repetitive garbage. So
well, anyway, I think Miley was right after Brittany and right before Tay Tay.
Stop with the Zoomer slang, you. This is strike 2 for you this week.
All right, I'll stop. For real, no cap.
What?
I think though that what you're going to find is that what differentiates us as a podcast is that this will be where you can hear 50-something men critically analyzing a show made for tweens that stars a young woman.
A dozen podcasts beat our numbers every week that do that.
Oh, really?
I mean, we do fake bands, and people probably don't search Hannah Montana here first. They probably go to so many other podcasts.
Yeah.
To look
Almost
up
anywhere else.
And we're the last resort to come into this fake band. Like, well, why don't we check out the fake band podcast?
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Welcome to Hurricane and Celebrity Watch. We're going to talk about Hannah Montana and Hurricane Floyd today.
Yes.
Oh, that is true. But anyway, let's talk about Hannah Montana.
This is a life. Hold on tight. And this is a dream. It's all I need. You never know where you'll find it. And I'm gonna take my time. Yeah, I'm still getting it right. This is a life.
Yes, This Is the Life. It's the very first song we hear on Lily, Do You Want to Know a Secret, which is the first episode of the show. According to the little chyron on the screen, that's from Hannah Live, which is a fake live album that she has in there for her backstory.
Fictional discography.
Fictional discography.
Now, the title, that's a Beatles song, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. The episode titles are all based on song titles. So, T-Mac, would you like to share a few of them?
Okay. Oops, I meddled again.
Okay.
Why don't you guys say the artist?
That's Britney Spears.
Right. You're so vain, you probably think this zit is about you.
That's good.
Carly Simon.
Yep.
Smells Like Teen Sellout.
That's Nirvana.
Achy Jakey Heart.
Ooh, Billy Ray Cyrus. Ooh.
Yeah, that was actually a 2-parter episode. So nice. Yeah.
I Want You to Want Me to Go to Florida.
Is that Cheap Trick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Me and Mr. Jonas and Mr. Jonas and Mr. Jonas.
Yeah, that was Counting Crows.
That wasn't. It would be Mr. Jones just on its own, right? Isn't there Me and Mrs. Jones?
That's right. Yeah, there is a Me and Mrs. Jones.
Which I can sing that part of it, but I don't know who does it.
Yeah.
All right.
But that was the one that featured an appearance by the Jonas Brothers in their Disney Channel debut, which we'll talk about in the second half of the show.
Okay, let's keep going here. We're So Sorry, Uncle Earl.
Is that Wings? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Joni Be Good.
Okay, Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
He Ain't a Hottie, He's My Brother. That's the
He
Hollies.
Yeah.
He ain't a hottie.
Killing Me Softly with His Height.
That's the Fugees.
Yeah.
No, it's Roberta Flack.
Yeah.
From North Carolina.
Huh?
Did you know? All right. The wheel near my bed keeps on turning.
No, you got to.
The wheel near my bed keeps on turning. All right. I don't know actually who does that.
The Journey?
Journey? Is it? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Don't tell my secret.
Oh, that's the Police.
That's a good one.
That's fun. I like.
They get full credit for rock knowledge, and I still don't really want to watch the show, but I acknowledge the work went into it, and actually reading the titles of the episodes was pretty fun.
I mean, there's a lot of shows that do stuff like that have like the titles.
Yeah.
Like Friends has the one with like.
I've always thought Friends would be so freaking annoying to have to like search for something. If you're like, look, what script was that in? If you're like doing like some back, like, did we mention this character before? And you have to go through everything's filed under T. It's all under.
But that's supposed to make you think, though. It's the one with the monkeys. You look for the one with the monkey, and that's where it is. But I think I like this better because I have a little game.
I think it's fun, yeah. So even the show was so not made for us and basically missed me, which is a fact I think we've made clear.
Almost annoyingly so.
Yes, almost.
Yes, okay. We do want to talk about it because Hannah Montana was an extremely popular fake musician, and because the show and the character connects to so many other fake band properties. It's a fake band. Rat King, as it were.
Okay, I'm usually the one saying we need to explain things to listeners, but no one wants to know about that, so let's just move on.
Okay, so a Rat King.
Let's move on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, so help me. I will delete this doc right now.
No.
Anyway, Hannah Montana, the show came about because of another fake band, the Cheetah Girls, which was the first musical Disney Channel original movie. And it created as I've seen in some of the, some little like fan wikis, the DCOM, the DCOM universe, the Disney Channel original movie universe.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
I'm surprised that this is the first one. It's late, isn't it?
Well, I think it's the first musical one. They had movies beforehand, but this is the first time where they plugged in. They're like, okay, we're going to do a thing about a band or about musicians. And it starred Raven, or AKA Raven Simone.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven.
Yeah. There were 4 girls from New York, and they perform at a kid's birthday party as the Cheetah Girls, and then it becomes this whole thing where they try to become like an actual real band. There's a talent show scenes and all kinds of stuff. And so, it's spun out.
Our audience could write this episode, movie. They've learned enough about the fake band world that they could write this whole episode.
It originally was a novel series, and it was a 5-piece band, and then in the original movie, it was a 4-piece band, and then in later ones, it became a 3-piece band. So
cost cutting.
Yeah, they're slowly turning into the White Stripes, I think.
Yeah, but they had like a trilogy of films.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of like,
and the first one was huge. It was like when it premiered on August 15, 2003. It had 6.5 million viewers, which was the biggest viewership for the Disney Channel ever.
Wow,
at that point.
Wow.
After that, Disney was also doing Lizzie McGuire, which was a really popular show with Hilary Duff. And she was separate from the show, was recording albums as just in her real life.
Yeah.
But they were using her songs as promotion for Lizzie McGuire. And since the show was about a 13-year-old dealing with early adolescence, they were like, hey, there's a way we can combine these things. And another branch, the movie branch of Disney, was working on High School Musical, which is huge. I mean, it's gigantic.
Yeah, that went nuts.
And that premiered 2 months before Hannah Montana, so it didn't give birth to it because the show had been in production for a while.
Development.
But it actually, when it premiered, it set a new record with 7.7 million viewers.
Wow.
So, yeah. A side note is that a gender-flipped version of Hannah Montana possibly could have come about earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in 2001. Buddy Sheffield, who is best known as the head writer for In Living Color.
Oh, yeah, the sketch comedy show.
He pitched a show called Rock and Rollin'.
Terrible name.
Basically the same story. He ended up suing when Hannah Montana went on the air, and Disney defended themselves in the court of public opinion, but then they settled. So I think that probably they admitted, we kind of ripped you off. One of the biggest surprises that I had when I was researching this was that Miley's casting cannot actually be described by one of T. Mike's favorite words.
Well, of course not. She's a human, so she's not anthropomorphic.
No, Nepo baby.
Oh, well, that
She's
one
not actually a Nepo baby. Yeah. She got rejected after her first audition for being too experienced and too young, and as she put it, too scrawny. She was 11.
Right.
And the original concept for the character was that she was 15. So they were actually aiming for her to be a little older. So then 6 months later, she auditioned again, and she got it.
When she was 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
So either she grew up a lot and got a lot of experience, or the producers just got tired.
I did read that it got down. I read that it was down to the final 3 people. And they mentioned one other person. So that person's famous. Third person, forgotten to history. Wonder who this third person is.
Oh, yeah.
But the second person...
John Gielgud? I heard this.
Taylor Momsen.
Oh, yeah.
She's the lead singer of Pretty Reckless.
That's right, yeah.
But she also has had an acting career.
She did, yeah.
I think she was Cindy Lou Who in the
She
Grinch.
was, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They recently had a weird reunion thing with Jim Carrey and her.
Is it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think it's like celebrating the release of the movie. It's like something like the 15th or 30th anniversary of the movie. I know, yeah.
Yeah, so Miley Cyrus or Taylor Momsen or some random third person who obviously did not make it, forgotten to history.
That one viewer we have out there, our listener, like tear running down their cheek. Oh,
I voted for you.
Yeah,
I thought you would have been the best dear listener, but I didn't have a vote.
All right.
The character of Miley Stewart was originally named Chloe Stewart, But then during rehearsals, they changed it to Miley.
Because of the Tony Danza School of Acting.
Exactly.
Well, give her a break. She was 12.
They ended up casting Billy Ray Cyrus after she got the role.
So Nepo Daddy.
Nepo Daddy, yeah.
There we go.
Unlike her, he actually did have some acting experience. He had been playing a doctor on the PAX TV network on the show called Doc.
Yeah.
And it just seems like such an unlikely casting. So listeners, just pull up your computers and do a quick image search for Billy Ray Cyrus.
That's not a doctor.
No, that's a guy who pushes wheelchairs and is really excited about his Leonard Skinner cover band getting a Monday night gig at a local bar.
Wait, why is he holding Elizabeth Hurley's hand?
Yeah, they're dating.
What?
Yeah.
No. That's
Hurley,
wrong.
what are you doing?
You're telling me Liz Hurley is with some achy breaky dirtbag mullet farmer?
That's the case.
No,
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Alan, your research on this is flawed.
Yeah.
Flawed. Why
Fix
did you
it.
do this?
Fix it, Alan. Fix it.
I didn't do this in research. You guys found it on your little.
This
little
is
image
wrong. AI has gotten out of control.
Out of control.
There's no way Liz Hurley would be dating Billy Ray
Count
Cyrus.
that picture's fingers. Check Elizabeth Hurley's fingers. It's got to be fake.
Good Lord. What is going on in
I
this
do
world?
feel like that the people's first reaction is either going to be, this has got to be AI, or possibly this is from The Onion, or, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, in a 2006 New York Times story about the show, there's a hilarious quote from one of the executive producers, and they praised Miley and Billy Ray's, quote, natural chemistry.
Huh.
It's almost like they were father and daughter for real. It's
It would have been horrible if they said they just they didn't connect.
Yeah. I mean, they did. They have had a big split since then, but I think they're healing again. But so we have the dad,
Right.
and given that it was a Disney show, I think we all know where the mom was.
Oh, she got the Bambi's mom treatment.
No, not on the
Bunch
show
of hunters and some rifles, a couple of bullets right to the forehead.
That would have been good.
Took her to the deer processing center. No.
Old
No,
Yeller.
That would have been more exciting, but no. She was dead by the time the show started. There's a moment in the pilot, this real awkward thing, like, oh, your mom would have been so proud of you, and, and like, backstory. Brooke Shields actually played her in a couple of episodes as a few flashbacks.
Wow.
Brooke Shields. Okay.
So that allows for some fun mental math, because you have Billy Ray Cyrus plus Brooke Shields
Okay.
equals Miley Cyrus. Mad Monster Party.
Aru?
Anyway, even though Miley was not hired because of the dad, the show did have a T-Mike.
Nepo baby.
It did have a Nepo baby. It cast Emily Osment as Miley's friend Lily. Emily is Haley Joel Osment's sister. So he was a big star.
Do you think she could see dead people too?
No. She saw Billy Ray Cyrus' career at that point. The other major roles were Michael Musso as their friend Oliver Oken, who ends up being a fake band as well.
Right.
And Jason Earls as Miley's slovenly older brother Jackson. And Earls also has a recurring quasi-fake band role in, deep breath now, High School Musical, the musical, the series. Which is by far the greatest title ever written. So remember the whole Rat King thing Charles would let me talk about? One of the weird connections involving the show is that Musso's brother Mason was in the real band Metro Station with Miley Cyrus's brother Trace.
What?
How?
Nepoception.
That is.
They met apparently.
They must have met there.
They met on.
Yeah.
They met on the set, and they both liked music, and they decided to start Metro Station. Metro Station was mildly popular, so it's kind of weird.
I've heard of Metro Stations before, but not as a band.
Not the band, yes.
Donde está Metro Station?
Metro. While the show was in early production, Disney's Star machinery was already revving up. They had Cyrus record an album of songs as Hannah Montana while she was shooting the first season.
Okay.
So she ended up releasing 5 soundtracks, 1 live album, 2 remix albums, 5 compilations, 5 karaoke albums,
What?
11 singles, and 4 promotional singles, all as Hannah Montana.
The show lasted 5 seasons. Is that
4
right?
seasons.
4 seasons.
Wait.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm confused.
And that's
How
just as Hannah Montana. That's not as
It's Miley Cyrus. How do you release a karaoke album that's credited to you if you don't sing on it because other people want to sing.
Because it's the Hannah Montana karaoke thing. So she's not singing on it, but it's like, I guess she was
Here's all the
involved
music
in production and her songs and whatever like that.
You
Yeah.
gotta have
wait,
the
wait.
backup stuff too.
How can you have 5 soundtrack albums and then 5 compilation albums?
You just mix them around different order.
I don't. All right. Sorry. All right.
They
Go
have
ahead.
milked it for all it's worth.
Yes, it is. That said, the first 3 soundtracks hit number 1 on the Billboard 100.
Okay, wow.
The 4th got to number 2.
Okay.
And the last one topped out at 11, which not great, but still,
Yeah.
it's pretty damn good.
It's all wow. Yeah.
Her highest charting hit as Hannah was He Could Be the One, which was actually from the 4th soundtrack album.
Okay.
So, you know, one of the weirdest things is that her debut as Miley Cyrus was an album called Meet Miley Cyrus that was actually disc 2 of the Hannah Montana 2 soundtrack album.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty smart, right?
Yeah.
If everyone's going to be buying the Hannah Montana
Might as well
ones.
get the solo one too.
Wow.
The show was a giant success at the time. It pulled in between 3 and 7 million viewers every week, mostly kids between the ages of 6 and 14. It was on a Friday night. It was very big, like kind of end of week viewing.
Yeah.
It never got any Emmy nominations, not really surprisingly. It did get a bunch of Teen Choice Awards.
Not surprisingly.
Not surprising.
The biggest award it got, in my opinion, is the fact that Nick Cave made a reference to Hannah Montana in a song.
The Nick Cave, like this guy?
On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand.
That is the guy. The very one. Apparently, the story was he was at Madame Tussauds in London, and his kids were all excited to see the Miley Cyrus figure, and he didn't know who Hannah Montana was. But he liked the sound of her name, and so we got this little bit in 2013's Higgs Boson Blues.
Hannah Montana does the African savannah as the simulated rainy season begins. She curses the Q with the Zulus and moves on to Amazonia, cries with the dolphin.
He's not wrong. And the name's fun to
The
say.
name is fun to say, yeah, Hannah Montana.
It kind of has like the name game song, you know, kind of Hannah Montana. Kind of.
That's true, yeah.
I'd like to hear Nick Cave sing that song.
That would be good, yes. Obviously, a character as big as Hannah Montana would attract parody, not just attention from Nick Cave. So, Tima, you found 2 pretty major ones.
Well, this one's really solid. So, Alaska, Nebraska
That's good.
is a parody of Hannah Montana from an episode of The Simpsons, the Waverly Hills 90210 episode of May 3rd, 2009. And her character is like Hannah. She's a popular singer-actress, and she also has her own TV show. And the plot of the show is that Marge and Homer figure out they can get the kids moved to the best school in the district, the prestigious Waverly Hills Elementary.
Very nice.
That's right, yeah.
A stand-in for Beverly Hills.
Fantastic.
But if
Well, didn't Weezer do like the whole like Beverly Hills remake as Waverly Hills? That's where I want to be.
I don't know.
I think so, yeah. If it wasn't, it was a sound alike.
Okay. Well, Homer established residency in a tiny, tiny apartment the size of a bathroom in order to get the kids in the school. That's like the B plot. But at the new school, Lisa is now no longer the smartest or popular and in even the slightest. So she breaks down and lies and tells her schoolmates, who all love Alaska, Nebraska, that Alaska, Nebraska is her best friend and she can get them backstage passes. But she isn't and she can't. So naturally, she sneaks backstage to beg Alaska for backstage passes so the kids at school will be her friends. And frankly, this is a sitcom plot so hackneyed, I found another example from all the way back in 1971 from an episode of the Pebbles and Bam Bam show. So Alaska turns out to be shallow. Shocker.
Wow.
Attributes her success to a nose job. Also, she's 16 and dating the starting point guard of the Los Angeles Clippers.
You said this is 2009?
Yeah.
That would be Baron Davis.
Yeah.
He was 30 at the time.
Oh,
That was
geez,
probably bad.
Get it together, Simpsons writers.
His nickname, I think, was Boom Dizzle. That was one of his nicknames.
Oh, nice.
B Diddy. And I just found it today. There was this thing. I have no idea why he was called this. Bart Oatmeal.
Bart Oatmeal.
What a terrible nickname.
Wow.
But it was listed as nicknames for Bart Oatmeal.
Well,
Just call him Boom Dizzle. Baron Davis. Name alone is probably good enough. Let me just tell you, from a fantasy basketball point of view, you'd get him for steals, you'd get him for assists. But he'd kill your field goal percentage, your free throws. Should be shooting better free throws as a point guard. No, free throws terrible. High turnovers. But for steals and assists, you'd get him. But that's Baron Davis, who's dating
are you
Alaska,
saying he was
Nebraska.
not good at kicking field goals?
No.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that was like so. When he would
So
kick,
he
when he kicked the
couldn't-
field goals, he was not good at.
Right.
he didn't get under par on the field goals.
He did not get under par.
Man,
No.
that
I bet the
sucks.
puck was flying everywhere when he was kicking those
It
field
must
goals
be if
on
he
the
couldn't-
basketball court.
Couldn't make it. I don't know. Anyway, that was pretty much it for Alaska, Nebraska. She showed barely glimpsed in like a handful of episodes in the Simpsons tapped out smartphone game from 2012. She was voiced by Elliot Page, who also played Kitty Pryde in X-Men
Oh, okay.
Days of Future Past in 2014, and more recently played Victor and Vanya Hargreaves and on The Umbrella
Well,
Academy.
and Juno, right?
And Juno, yeah.
Oh yeah, So another one, little parody we have. It's just barely kind of. This is a much lesser one. It's Sabrina Bubble, and this is in the Oh Louis Tickets episode of FX Network series Louis, starring Louis C.K. If you remember him before he got Me Too'd. So in the show, he wants to impress his 10-year-old daughter Lily, played by Hadley Delaney, for her birthday. So he gets her tickets to Sabrina Bubble, which is obviously a singer who is clearly appropriate for 10-year-old girls to attend concert of, like Hannah Montana. Only when he gives her the tickets, she no longer cares and says she likes Lady Gaga now. So, and then the rest of the plot is that Louis is appalled and desperate. He goes groveling to a big-time comedian, Dane Cook, to beg for Lady Gaga tickets.
You have to get a favor from Dane Cook.
Wow.
Yeah, no. And Dane's got a huge chip on his shoulder because he was accused of stealing jokes from Louis, and Louis never denied
Among
it.
others.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, anyway.
For the most part, the critics were not huge fans of the show, of how Hannah Montana, the show. Some publications would generally acknowledge that Miley Cyrus was a good singer.
Yeah.
But most of the reviews were along the lines of Mara Eakin's take in the AV Club. So, Charles, can we get a dramatic reading of this review?
All right, here we go. As far as children's television goes, Hannah Montana rides the full wave of stereotypes. It has an absolutely horrible, oppressive laugh track. It's chock full of pratfalls, funny faces, and a bunch of co-stars who will presumably age poorly and never work again. For her part, Cyrus is the queen of the hams. She's got a voice that sounds like she just might have a severe sinus ailment, hair extensions that probably cost more than my car, and a real gosh attitude.
Bravo! Bravo!
That's mean. That's just mean.
That review, which came out in 2010, ends with an extremely non-prophetic line. We can only party in the USA for so long, you know, and Hannah's climb is just about done. Wah, wah.
Well, I mean, somebody just kicked this woman when she was.
But obviously, Miley Cyrus has stuck around, obviously with a reduction in cultural power.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, yeah.
We have no
But she's
idea.
still very successful. Her 2023 song "Flowers"
Oh, it's
debuted
everywhere.
Debuted at 1 on
Wow, debuted
Billboard.
at 1. Wow.
At the Hot 100. It was the biggest selling single worldwide in 2023. It had 2.7 billion, and this is something that I don't know what it means exactly, but it had 2.7 billion quote subscription streams equivalents.
Ooh, sounds offensive.
What the what?
Apparently, that's something that the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry uses.
Wow,
What?
there's still the phonographic industry?
Yeah, and that's the RIAA's kind of international
Okay.
umbrella organization.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that means streams, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that's a
The
weird
bigger
term.
record that she set, though, is that Flowers is the longest running #1 song on any Billboard chart since it spent 57 weeks on the top of the adult contemporary chart.
Over a year.
Over a year as #1. That said, the album she released in May, Something Beautiful, it did debut at #4, but it dropped out of the charts by the third week. So, however, she was nominated for a Grammy for it, so who knows how it's going to end up? She may end up with an award, and then generally it'll bounce back, and then who knows? In 20 years, a song from it'll be #1 on Billboard because it makes no
Exactly.
sense anymore.
She's got to cut that classic Christmas single like
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
You can't beat the Queen of Christmas.
I'm not saying you can, but
Don't even try.
you
Don't even
beat her,
try.
just like match.
Gotta find another
Pace her.
holiday. You gotta,
Yeah, find another holiday.
Arbor
You
Day.
can't.
You
New
she
Year's
get a
Eve.
Christmas
Arbor
is
Day.
taken.
We need a good New Year's Eve song other than Old Lang Syne.
Okay.
Well,
Miley, get
Cyrus-
on it.
Yes. She has done a bit more acting. And what's nice is that she's actually done a couple movies and a series that have fake bands in them.
Woo!
So the first was the 2010 absolute stinker, The Last Song. It's a Nicholas Sparks movie that was the novel was written in conjunction with the movie.
Oh, that's always weird.
Yeah. And she played
2001 Space Oddity was written that
the
way.
same way, yeah. But it started out as that short story before.
Does that count as a novelization?
No, it's not a novelization. So I don't have to read it.
Okay.
Thank God. In the last song, she played the estranged daughter of Steve Miller.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some
No,
people call me Maurice.
No, not that Steve Miller.
What?
This one is a composer and a former Juilliard professor played by Greg Kinnear.
First of all, why did they use the same name? And second of all, Greg Kinnear.
Keep the first part of that. Put a pin in the first part of that
Okay.
question. I can't help you with a Greg Kinnear question.
All right.
2 years later, she starred in another really poorly received film, LOL. Or
Great
Lol.
title.
Yeah.
Great title. I wonder how they figured that out.
It included a battle of the bands featuring her boyfriend's band, No Shampoo.
Sounds through. Now I'm winning. I won't let you go. Now you know I've been crazy for you all this time. I've kept it close, always holding with a heart on fire, a heart on fire, heart on fire, a heart on fire. I won't let you go. Now you know I've been crazy for you all this time. Won't let you go. Now you know I've been crazy for you all this time.
That just sounds like every band at that time. I mean, they had just Hooting the Blowfish gone through the Xerox machine a few times. You know, it's just...
They had already felt Xeroxed.
To her credit, she did have bit parts in the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That was very successful. And she played a character based on Cynthia Plastercaster in the Drive Away Dolls, which is a movie made by Ethan Coen and Trisha Cook, who are his wife.
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it or anything.
They both got pretty good reviews. I mean,
Okay.
she actually was singled out as being particularly kind of fun in the Drive Away Dolls.
Okay.
But her biggest post-Hannah fake band role was in the sci-fi anthology show Black Mirror. So, T-Mike, you can tell someone.
Yeah, so she played Ashley O, a pop star in the episode Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2 of June 5th, 2019. And here's what she sounds like.
Oh, honey, don't think anything, just have it all. Yeah, I can't take it, so don't you fake it. I know your love's my destiny. Yeah, I can't take it, please demonstrate it, 'cause I'm going down in history. Hey, I'm on the road, riding so high, achieving my goals. Hey, I'm on the road, riding so high, achieving my goals.
If that sounds familiar to you, that's because it's a rewritten version of Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails from 1989. And Ashley O also sings another rewritten 9 Inch Nails song, Right Where It Belongs, which was changed to Right Where I Belong. And apparently they also rewrote Hurt into Flirt. But that, alas, did not make it into the
it didn't.
episode.
I
So
flirt
sad.
myself today.
I wonder what would they do with March of the Wigs? You know,
I don't know. Anyway, so in the plot, Ashley's career is managed by her evil and controlling aunt Catherine Ortiz, played by Susan Porfar. Oh, good, another evil manager.
actually, an evil manager is not as common. I think
No?
it's incompetent is the
Yeah.
biggest.
It's
know.
one of the two major categories.
Yeah.
I think you're either evil or incompetent.
Where
Yeah.
does scheming fall? Is that in the middle, or is that more on the? I guess more on the evil side. I don't know.
I think you could
in
scheme
the
and
Venn
still be
diagram,
good. Yeah,
it's
in the
that
Venn
middle
diagram.
point.
Yeah, so-
Depends on if they're scheming for you or against you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, Ashley is getting tired of being this, plastic pop figure. She wants to reinvent herself into a more of a rock mode. And Catherine, of course, is not having that. And when Ashley won't take her meds that keep her pliable, Catherine puts drugs into her food that puts Ashley into a coma. And then she gets in the unprincipled Dr. Monk, played by Nicholas Pauling, who hooks up his new invention, the temporal interceptor, which lets them read Ashley's brainwaves. And it turns out she's composing music in her coma. And they can extract it and record it and turn it into more pure pop product for now people and keep the money rolling in.
That's the problem with this episode, is that she's wants to do like rock stuff, but in her most unregulated state of in the coma, she's still recording crappy pop songs.
No, she's recording like rock stuff. She's like thinking rock stuff, but they like tone it down. They like wiggle the knobs and magic dials and stuff. Popify it. Anyway, meanwhile,
they auto-tune her brain.
Yes, auto-tuned my brain. Sounds like a good horror movie. Anyway, meanwhile, a couple of kids, Rachel Goggins, played by Angourie Rice, and her bass-playing older sister Jack, played by Madison Davenport, have a Ashley 2 doll. That's a product that's available. It contains Ashley's personality. It's interactive. You can talk to it, and And when the doll hears that the real Ashley's in a coma, it glitches out. And then when the kid's tech-savvy dad fixes it and removes a limiter of some kind, it turns out the doll isn't just programmed with Ashley's personality. It has a copy of Ashley's entire consciousness in it. This is that creepy Black Mirror part they love. And so the doll talks the family into sneaking into Ashley's house to look for signs of foul play about the whole coma thing. But then when the doll gets to itself, the real Ashley, she pulls the plug on her.
The puppet?
The doll pulls the plug on the real Ashley, trying to let her real self die.
Well, then she'd be the only Ashley left,
Anyway, but
do not give dolls your medical power of attorney.
No, exactly.
Do not let them pull the plug. Do not, because they'll do it.
Yeah,
don't give AI that power of attorney. Anyway, but it turns out the machine was actually keeping Ashley in the coma.
Oh.
So it's evil plot stuff. So the real Ashley wakes up.
So the doll was saving her.
Well, I don't think it didn't know it was.
It's her consciousness. She knew. The doll knew.
Anyway, they all escape, and in the end credits, we see Ashley has successfully rebranded herself as an alt rocker named Ashley F&O, Fuckno, which is a great name. And she sings live during the credits the original version of Head Like a Hole with the original lyrics, but in universe, technically, this is a rewritten version of her pop hit, so it's a good mind bend there.
Oh, weird.
Here it is.
Just tell me what you want me to. Got money, nail me up against the wall. Got money, don't want everything, you want it all. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. Head like a hole, like a stone.
Anyway, one of the few Black Mirror episodes to have a happy ending, really.
Yeah.
And On a Roll was released as a single, but not in the US, which turns out to be a really stupid move on the record company's part because it was a fairly successful. It was a top 40 hit in 6 countries: Ireland, New Zealand, Hungary, Slovakia, Latvia, and Lithuania. And it was a top 100 hit in 5 more: UK, Scotland, Australia, Canada, and the Czech Republic. And in the US, it did hit the Bubbling Under Hot 100 at 16, the US Rolling Stone Top 100 at 99, and the US Dance Club songs at number 3. So yeah, they could have done more with it if they'd pushed it in the US for sure.
So she's had top 10 hits on different charts as different fake musicians.
Yeah,
which is impressive.
It is. The whole plot line was something she was very in favor of because it speaks to her whole Hannah Montana experience as being this little plasticized,
right,
pre-manufactured, marketed, merchandised pop star.
And then that Hannah Montana Barbie pulled the plug on her.
Right.
Yeah,
and then she allowed her to free her creatively.
Nice.
Creatively,
So in interviews, Miley Cyrus has been pretty dismissive of her experience on Hannah Montana, as you know, like you're kind of getting at. Yeah. Billy Ray Cyrus blamed it for Miley's very public bad girl era of the mid 2010s and 2030s.
Well, if we had a nickel for every Disney youngster star that then went bad, quote unquote,
have at least 3 nickels.
At least.
And at Funicello,
right?
Well, Britney was one of
Britney
them,
was
probably,
one, yeah.
right? Was the
was Christina? I think Christina Aguilera, wasn't she? And wasn't what's his face from Justin Timberlake? Wasn't he on?
He was one of the New Musketeers.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a Bella?
Well, I think one of the original Musketeers, Henry Kissinger, I'm pretty sure. He was on the original one, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
He's the baddest boy in politics.
Mickey.
No, he was Machiavellian, evil, bad person.
Anyway, she's relented on some of her criticism of Hannah Montana in recent years, but she did. I watched a recent interview, and she thought it kind of messed it up and she was saying it was in line of this Black Mirror episode. She's saying it really kind of made it difficult to separate the character from herself because people would refer to her as Hannah, and this is a time when your sense of self is kind of developing.
Right.
So and so. What this shows us is that she really probably should have stuck with the name Chloe.
Yeah,
right. That would have been easier.
Yeah.
But before we take a break, it is worth mentioning that while it was on the air and in subsequent years, the show has garnered a lot of attention from popular culture and American studies scholars for a show that was not really any adults watching other than watching with their kids.
Right.
So some of the samples are Between Banjos, Beaches, and Bending Gender, Negotiating the Queer Rural Space in Hannah, Montana.
There was queer rural space in there?
That was from the European Journal of American Culture. The Best of Both Worlds, Youth, Gender, and a Post-Feminist Sensibility in Disney's Hannah, Montana. Tween Intimacy and the Problem of Public Life in Children's Media, Having It All on the Disney Channel's Hannah, Montana. I love academic titles. The Market Child in Branded Fiction, a synergism of children's literature, consumer culture, and new literacies. And this is my favorite, Allegory, Queer Authenticity, and Marketing Tween Sexuality in Hannah, Montana, which was from a anthology, The Queer Fantasies of the American Family Sitcom.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I might have to look that one up.
It's pretty heady stuff from a show that featured dialogue like this.
Watch this. I'm gonna win this bet and get to go to my fashion show. Any minute now, she's gonna come over here and say, I wanna go home. Yes! No! Game over. I was this close to cracking, but I didn't. She's done. I won. I didn't cave. Then your mistake. I get to go to the fashion show. Ha, 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 ha.
Well, slow down, Busta Rhymes. Look, you can't go home yet. There's got to be something else you want to do. What about a moose? From the world famous Make a Moose store.
They've got a Make a Moose here?
Are you kidding? It's one of the biggest in the country. My brother goes there all the time and he loves it.
Oliver, she doesn't want to go there. Honey, you don't want to go to Make a Moose. It's just a bunch of hot, sweaty, screaming kids fighting over moose parts.
Doesn't that sound like fun? And don't forget that cute song. Make a moose here at Make a Moose. Make a moose, make a moose, make a moose, make a moose here at Make a Moose.
Oliver!
Sorry.
Yeah. I saw some episodes and clips of it. I'm surprised anybody wrote anything about it.
When something's so popular, though, and that widespread, then the academics really are forced to sink their teeth into it, whether they like it or not.
The laugh track, as you can tell from the dialogue, it's a lot. Yeah. It's not as pronounced. To its credit, it's not as pronounced as on like the Dan Schneider produced Nickelodeon shows like iCarly, where it's really in your face and it's just like super loud.
Or even the Sid and Marty Krofft stuff we watched.
Yeah,
we didn't mention it, but God, the laugh tracks on those shows.
And this is the same kind of thing. It's like this constant stream of this low chuckle whenever anyone does anything. It's so distracting.
It lets me know when to smile and laugh.
Yeah, I think so. I would like to see this show given the Sledgehammer or the Get a Life treatment, where they released it without the laugh track that the studio made them put on there, which is, if you remember Sledgehammer, the cop show.
I enjoyed Sledgehammer. I thought that was
a great 80s
Get a Life, of course, is an amazing like kind
Chris
of Chris Elliott meta sitcom. They released DVDs of them without the laugh track, and watching is a very different experience because, especially in Get a Life, they pushed it so hard. But what's weird is when you watch it, it just sounds like an episode of iCarly. So I have to say, to its credit, Hannah Montana's laugh track is not so aggressive.
All right, well, why don't we take our break now?
But when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple of key episodes of the show that, young scholars who are working on their own treatise with a colon in it, they're going to want to study.
You just want to punish us because we forced you to watch this show.
That is true. This is the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica.
Hey, but that's my line. Okay, we are back talking about Hannah Montana. So what are the best episodes of the show to watch, Alan?
File not found.
All right, well, let's just start at the beginning. What about the pilot?
Okay, that works. The show starts to some extent in medias res. Yes, high culture there. With Miley and her dad
Professor.
practicing a song and then practicing the song we heard earlier. She's already a star, but the shtick is that her best friend Lily doesn't actually know this.
Right, only the family knows
Only
right
the family
now,
knows,
right?
yeah.
Or people who work for them.
Yeah.
Because they want to protect
And you
her.
mentioned people who work for them. The pilot spends a good chunk of time with a character who luckily gets dropped.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. I'm talking about Fermine.
Yeah.
He's her tailor.
Uh-huh.
And he's played by Matt Winston, who I was looking him up. His dad is the special effects guru Stan Winston. So we know how he got the job. But
Nepo baby!
yes. But Matt plays Fermine basically like a ripoff of Bronson Pinchot's Surge from Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No,
it's that kind of weird foreign,
Yeah.
plus with like gay stereotype, and it's
It's
just
not good.
Maybe he was like Coco from the Golden Girls, who was also a flaming stereotypical character who they just kind of threw in the pilot for reasons, and then
Representation, quote unquote.
no, this was before representation.
Terrible
no.
job. Terrible.
They dropped him for a very good reason.
Yeah, this I was like, I hope this character is not going to last.
I mean, there's a lot of like, oh, don't look at my butt, and it's just like,
yeah.
it's
ripped
awful.
my pants.
It's,
No one look at my butt.
Yeah, don't worry about that, pal. It's like, oh God, it's like, yeah. So Lily comes onto the set, and there's an elaborate thing where they hide Miley's Hannah Montana stuff, which is mainly she just takes off the jacket she's wearing and the wig. And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, why is she wearing a wig to practice?
Or the jacket. Or the jacket. Yeah.
Immersion, dude. Immersion. Come on.
I guess the jacket, maybe she had the tailor there. Maybe that was why.
That's
but,
true.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
it's just...
Maybe he's a Taylor's Wigs also.
So you mentioned the Pebbles and Bam Pam episode.
Oh, yeah.
This is a classic thing. Lily has tickets to a concert. And what concert could that possibly be? Yeah, Hannah Montana.
Of course.
Miley obviously can't go. There's a bit of conflict. We meet her dumb brother and the two mean girl bullies that are pick on her. So we kind of establish that she's like kind of a loser at school. Alan looks at the little slider in the bottom of the player window, and he can't believe this show is only 20 minutes long because it has been going for at least 4 hours at this point. And anyway, we end up at the concert, and the scene is Hannah is in this doorway signing autographs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they must have had ones of dollars to spend on the set. I mean, it's like
It's a pretty cheap looking set.
All these
cheaply
Disney
made.
all the live action Disney sitcoms look like they look that way.
It
though.
is so bad.
I'm like, you're Disney. You have billions of trillions of dollars. Put a little money back.
I
into
guess
the
that's how they
production.
keep it. Is they don't
I
spend it.
guess
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But it's almost like they don't know what backstage looks like.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
It's so strange. Most of the show is set on the house, which has a big jukebox in the living room and a piano and a ton of guitars, and they never touch it. They never touch any of those. It's one of those weird open concept rooms that
it's
appear on TV.
It's
that
like every sitcom ever, basically. Yeah.
And all the
Free
walls
camera.
are just kind of like, it just slaps you in the face that this is not an actual play. It really makes me appreciate the Gary Shanley show when he would just like walk out of the set and get in a little car and drive to the other set. Her security in this scene is Billy Ray Cyrus in this ridiculous mustache.
So wait, he's undercover too.
As her security.
So he's
For now,
Because
for this
he's
episode.
in this world, he's a famous ex-rock musician.
Oh,
or
okay.
Ex-country.
But he's
Yeah,
backstage with his
He's playing-
He was
daughter.
protecting
Yeah.
his daughter as security.
Yeah.
But the world knows that he's the father of the pop star.
No,
No,
because
no.
he's in disguise as well.
They don't know that Hannah Montana is related to this Stewart guy that he was a country musician. Yeah,
wow.
the world
Okay.
doesn't know this. He's into size too.
Oh my God.
And the costuming, as you can see, is also very elaborate. He shows up in this getup several times, and it's just painfully obvious, like a
It is, yeah. But I mean, I guess everyone's looking at her. They're not looking at him.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess.
So Lily and their other friend Oliver sneak into the green room, which, to mention Golden Girls again, it looks like Blanche's bedroom on the Golden Girls. It's like flowered prints and like really flimsy set walls. It doesn't look like a green room.
A green room with the flowered wallpaper.
If you go back to our murder mystery episode,
about the
we
green
talked
room.
about the green room, like that would be a good one to be shot at and mauled by Nazi dogs. And it's very nice.
It was very pretty. Yes.
But and then for some reason, there's this giant pyramid of pre-made hot dogs sitting on the table.
Well, the Hannah Montana has writers, contract writers that specify what should be backstage, and clearly a pyramid of hot dogs.
This little teenage girl has asked for like 50 hot dogs stacked up into a pyramid.
She's got a band, maybe, or
she's warming up for those hot dog eating contests. After every show, she relaxes by going, "I'm going to try to beat my own personal best, and then one day I'm going to enter those hot dog eating contests."
I think Lily picks one up, and it's so funny because none of the other ones move, and you're like, "Oh, that's all plastic." It's so
Disney couldn't
weird.
afford to buy a couple of packs of hot dogs. Wow.
While she's talking, so Miley is off stage. She comes back in. She sees him there, but she realizes that, and Lily still thinks she's Hannah Montana. So she has to hide who she is. So she steals a gag from Mrs. Doubtfire, grabs a convenient cream pie that
Also
is
in the contract writers.
smashes it in her face.
Yeah, but it took her so long to do it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like she stood there and you could almost hear the audience go, "Oh, don't do it," kind of thing. And she just gets the pie. It's almost like it's slow motion kind of thing.
All I could think was they were like 23 minutes. How do we fill all of this time?
Wow.
Thank God.
Stretch that part.
So Lily ends up finding the truth. There's a whole lot of like, why didn't you tell me? Backed with, I didn't want you to just like me because I was famous. And it's all resolved at the end. I read one thing about how this is a reflection of female friendship at the tween age. And it was like this scholar was like giving them so much credit. It was just,
And there was a big party in the closet to where they could see all of her Hannah Montana stuff.
Yeah, that's right. She opened up the closet and she has like a secret giant closet behind there with all this machinery in it. And but by the end of it,
we get
all is resolved.
We get Gilligan back on the island.
Kind of. Lily knows now, but all the other kids in the world don't. So maybe Gilligan's back on like a different part of the island. So, yeah,
a little part of Gilligan escaped.
Yes,
all right. Anyway.
Yeah,
the metaphor breaks down.
Well, there are other episodes you may want to pop in on, primarily for the guests, because the pilot actually first ran right after a reshowing of High School Musical, and one of their very first guest star was in the first episode was Corbin Bleu from what the kids today call HSM.
You sure they call him that?
No, I don't know anything what the kids are saying. They're probably talking about 67, and they're likely not talking about a movie that came out almost 20 years ago. I don't know. It's 67, 67. I don't know.
67. That's just so bizarre.
Yeah,
you watching basketball games now? There's a basketball game. It was like the person's on a foul line. It points at 66, and the crowd's getting all pumped and excited. And he makes his foul shot. It turns the score to 67, and the crowd goes nuts for no reason.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm happy we got some new funny numbers. I mean, we had 420, we had 69. We need a new funny number.
So 67.
67, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's it.
If it makes you happy,
that's all that matters. Other notable stars, Vicki Lawrence. She had a recurring role as the kid's grandmother, and she's always kind of fun to see.
Oh, she's great from the old Carol Burnett show. We love.
She did a kind of softened up version of her Mama accent from Mama's Family, and so I mentioned Brooke Shields earlier, but Lily's mom was also a celebrity, Heather Locklear. So her friend was her mom was and then her dad was also a celebrity. It was John Cryer.
I saw that. Yeah.
So we have Heather Locklear plus John Cryer equals Mad Emily Osment party. I guess.
My brain.
A bunch of people just showed up as themselves, including The Rock, Allison Brie, Ray Romano, Larry David, Jay Leno.
Larry David?
Yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah.
Why would he even want to be on that show?
My understanding was, like, I think like his kids or grandkids or someone was like, "Hey, we like the show."
Yeah,
and he got the script, and they were like, "Yeah, what the hell?"
Oh, I thought it was probably a crossover with Curb Your Enthusiasm.
All right.
She keeps barking in my yard.
John Cena, Kelly Ripa, and Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner
episode is interesting because, Charles, you can talk about this because that's actually has a fake band in the episode.
We'd already talked about Oliver, their friend, right? Yeah. Oliver has a band that may have no name, Or it could be called Uptight. I read something where they called it Uptight.
Right.
I don't know.
In the script itself, it doesn't seem to have mentioned it, but he might have mentioned it in an earlier episode. And honestly, I just couldn't take
But
it.
We're not
anyway,
asking you to watch the whole series.
Yeah.
He's the lead singer of this 4-piece band, and they're not bad. They're
Yeah.
pretty good, but they're trying to be they're auditioning to be the band for a school dance.
Right.
I need a kick drum, a guitar nail, and a bass line. Then I'ma show you how to rock, how to dance, how to get down. All I need is a piano track. Throw your hands, throw your hands, throw your hands, throw your hands up. 'Cause you can't stop. Can you hear me? Do you feel it? If you're with me, go. 'Cause we're here and we're down and we're all together. So let's make this last forever.
And they don't get the gig.
Wah, wah.
Meanwhile, Miley, as Hannah Montana, is trying to get a job for Rob Reiner's movie, Indiana Jones.
Yes, he is now the keeper of the Indiana Jones
And
series.
so he's
somehow.
going to bring it into the kids by making it Indiana Jones.
Okay.
And so she gets that gig, and then Oliver's like, everything I tried to do fails, and everything you do, it always works.
So then she bombs to lose the job to make him feel better.
Although
Wow.
trying to bomb, it actually gets her like they have to have her,
Yeah.
because they think her acting is so amazing.
Yeah, and this is a shtick that goes on. We'll talk about it in just a little bit, but this is this thing about like she can't fail for succeeding. It's like this is like
Yeah.
a recurrent gag on the show.
But really, your best friend is all mad because you're successful. Come on,
yeah, that's
be happy for your friends.
Yeah,
people.
come on.
come on.
Come on.
Oh, it's become a thing now.
We have a catchphrase.
A couple people actually did some acting. Ray Liotta played the school principal. It was like it's kind of great to see him there. Joey Fatone appeared as a baseball player, but
He's
he
also a
has
fake
band.
He's a fake band in this too. He was a baseball player who was the first one to hit 5 home runs at his first 5 major league at bats.
Mm-hmm.
So he was being really famous, and he was celebrating after the 5th one by trying to do a cartwheel, injures himself. It's done.
Yeah, his career's over.
He's over. Career's over. He starts a Italian restaurant in Pasadena, but I guess there's an autographed baseball that he did from that first game or something, and Miley's brother has it.
Right,
But
Jackson.
Miley, of course, somehow she destroys it.
Right.
And so she goes to get an autographed baseball again.
To replace it.
Finds out that Joey Vitolo is his name.
Yeah.
That his daughter's a big Hannah Montana fan. So she goes as Hannah Montana. It's like, hey, I can, get something for your daughter, and you get this for my brother. And he's like, no, you're going to have to sing at my restaurant. And oh, by the way, I want to be a pop star too, so I'm going to sing with you.
Right.
And so they actually duet together.
But he actually can sing. So.
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
right. So instead, and at first she introduced them as Montana and Vitolo.
Don't let no small frustration, hey, ever bring you down. That's right, babe. Just take a kooky situation and turn it all around. I'm talking 360.
With the new attitude, everything can change. Like the Sunday brunch now featuring an omelet bar. How do you want it to be? Black Forest ham is that, honey?
Life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. That's right, kids. Life's what you make it. So come on, try the field.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
All right, now here's a breakdown. Come on.
And then you hear him go in the background. So then it's Vitolo and Montana. And then they perform.
And see,
together.
this is what's frustrating. There's glimmers of actually funny stuff in some of the episodes or some cleverness, but it's just beaten down by that laugh track and just the mugging. Another musician who shows up also, Donny Osmond is on there. Yeah, he plays an auctioneer.
Okay.
I do have to mention one recurring character who isn't a fake band in the show, but who we've talked about, the actor before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah. The surf shop owner, Rico Suave.
Ooh, Rico.
Yeah.
Rico
Suave.
He's played by Moises Arias, who, Charles, you'd mentioned during our Pitch Perfect show, he was Pimplo.
Oh, I hated him. Oh, he was. God, does he act as poorly in this as he did in that? Is he just like a
It's pretty
stereotype?
broad, yeah.
Oh my God.
That said, he's really good as Norm on Fallout, as the little brother on Fallout. So he's very good. He's much more reserved in that, but yeah, he's totally
it's the worst.
just mugging, campy, silly for the camera, and it's just like, do you know that we're recording a show here? Like, this isn't just you farting around, backstage.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Pitch Perfect 3. I'm on record of saying that, but he might be the low point of that movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
On a show about music, obviously, you'd have some famous musicians. The biggest one, of course, Dolly Parton, she's actually Miley Cyrus's godmother. And in the show, she does a really stretches her character, and she plays Miley Stewart's godmother. So she was on 3 episodes. I mean, but it's kind of this elaborate thing where it's not clear. I think by the 3rd one, she is a musician, but in the first one, they don't really mention anything about her music career, but she has a helicopter, and it's just kind of this crazy thing. Yeah.
There's also some like beef she has with the grandmother because they both dated Elvis Presley at one point back in the day.
That's one of those things where they're throwing a bunch of gags at her. It doesn't really cohere into anything like an actual character. In the last season where Miley Cyrus was kind of really trying to push away from the show, there's a couple duets with celebrities. She records a duet with Ayaz and another one with Sheryl Crow.
Wow.
But the last season is kind of a little phoned in because those were just duets that Cyrus was recording anyway.
Sure.
So I think they just threw a blonde wig on her and just like, we'll shoot it here.
Yeah.
I think what's more interesting are the musicians who played it fake.
Oh, yeah.
First off is Selena Gomez, who we had talked about in terms of the Only Murders in the Building.
Right.
Yeah. She portrayed Hannah Montana's frenemy, Michaela. So Michaela liked Miley Stewart, but she hated Hannah Montana. So it's kind of a reverse of the
Okay.
So Michaela's full name was Michaela Marie Skeech. I don't know why she's shortened it. It's a beautiful name.
Related to Screech from
possibly
Saved by the Bell?
She appears in a couple of episodes, and here she is performing If Cupid Had a Heart.
If Cupid had a heart, he would surely throw an arrow through your soul. Let it aim and go. If Cupid had a heart, Cupid might not know how deep you could be. I need you with me.
Okay, it's a different sound by her.
Yeah, it's a little weird how Gomez doesn't really sound like her other recordings, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not weird at all because she was lip syncing.
What?
Wait, what?
Even though all of Selena Gomez's solo albums have gone to #1, at the time when she was playing this character, she wasn't a trained singer and Disney had no confidence in her. So she was she was basically just one of their stable of child actors.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And so the producers used a song recorded by Julie Griffin for an older Disney movie, and Gomez just Ashley Simpsoned it. And the really weird thing, though, and this is
missed
a weird
opportunity, but what did you do?
Well, this is a really weird connection because the song was just production music, so it shows up in other things.
What?
It got used in the Bobby Goes Nuts episode of King of the Hill. That's my purse. I don't know
that's a great
you.
episode.
Yeah. It's just
Wow. So they
music.
they took production music, just slapped a vocal over it.
No, the vocal was part of the production music.
Oh,
it was like a fake. They would just recorded these fake pop songs for use in shows, and so
That's just weird.
it's very weird.
Why
yeah.
would Disney? Okay.
All
But
right.
anyway, Michaela's story arc involved her co-starring in a movie with Hannah's on-again, off-again love interest, Jake Ryan.
Wait, Jake Ryan, like the guy from 16 Candles?
Well, he's old.
Yeah, I don't know why they chose his name. I don't know with the whole Steve Miller thing.
Right, it's like
I don't
that.
know if we're running out of names.
I guess. People forgot the names. They're not remembered. The kids today, they don't know the names.
I don't know. She's only appears on camera twice, but she was actually mentioned in the second season episode "We're So Sorry, Uncle Earl," when her song gets panned by Barney Bittman, who's a snarky TV critic, just hammed up by Gilbert Gottfried. I
Gilbert
love
Gottfried.
you.
That's the kind of hamming I like to see.
Yes, yeah. Uncle Earl of the title is Earl Ray Stewart, who's kind of like Vera Peterson from Cheers or Maris Crane from Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
They're like mentioned but never seen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they get like talked about.
He has like this crazy backstory of all the things he's done. But in this episode, we learn that he's an aspiring rock musician. And when he's on screen, he's played by David Koechner.
The writer from Saturday Night Live,
and I think he did
Anchorman.
I think he did Funny or Die, and I think he was involved in tons of stuff. He's
mostly behind the camera these days,
but he was on there, and he plays with like kind of quasi, again, super low rent Kiss makeup and like a costume that they just got from just the Halloween store. But here's the rock version of a Hannah Montana song that he plays on.
Sometimes I walk a little faster than the school hallway just to get next to you. Some days I spend a little extra time in the morning just to impress you. Guess you don't notice, guess you don't need the sad, you're not seeing what you're missing. On the outside shying away, on the inside dying to say.
All right.
So,
okay.
In that scene, he and Billy Ray Cyrus are both like wailing away on guitars. Mm-hmm. You may notice there's not a lot of guitar in there.
Yeah,
it's just really, it's like it's not even worth it to you to move your hand on the neck of the guitar. It's just so, yeah. And Charles, you mentioned actually too that I had missed in my like scattershot viewing.
Well, they were only in like one episode basically. So if you did watch the episode, you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
Like, there was one that's Isis, and she's a Madonna kind of inspired fake singer. She's a legend in her own, and she's always reimagining her look and everything. And she's been popular. Like Miley and her friends are like big Isis fans and everything.
Okay, so she's kind of like an elder stateswoman, right? At this point,
she's definitely a ripoff of Madonna because her songs are "Immaterial Girl" and "Impress Yourself."
Oh, that's good.
So she's in this one episode where they have the same stylist.
Oh, okay.
Later, her name is changed to just be Ice.
Yeah,
because ISIS was huge at the time.
Yeah, the
in
terrorist
the Islamic
group
State,
now.
and so they switched it to just Ice. So now they're probably going to have to change it again.
Yeah,
the way things are going this year, who knows what she's going to be?
Just be I.
Yeah. And then there's also Austin Rain. He's a country rock singer who sings a duet with Hannah called Us Isn't Us Without You. Ooh. And so they act like they're dating, but they can't stand each other.
Oh, and
his real name is Austin Niedermeyer, which is in everything I've read about him. They keep mentioning that, so I'm assuming that's some sort of slam they do on him. Your real name is Niedermeyer.
It's supposed to be funny because you can't be a good country star with a name like Niedermeyer.
I guess.
Can you?
But those are two that I found.
We also have a kind of liminal case that opens the door to a ton of other fake bands. And I just have to ask, Charles, is this now the right time to talk about Rat Kings?
There's never a right time to talk about Rat Kings.
No.
Move on.
Okay. So the Rats in this case are the Jonas Brothers, who are a real band, of course.
Right.
And they're real brothers.
When you have talented young men making music, it's something. But when they're all from the one family, well, it's worth hearing. And what's more, they're brothers as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, check it out, John. Rap popular demand. Check it out, John. Are they crazy? Once again. Check it out, John. Automated on the beat. Check it out, John. Just listen to this. Check it out, John.
Is that what they sound like?
No, that's a clip from Handsome Boy Modeling School. It's a kind of apropos. It's just Prince Paul and Dan the Automator.
What?
I'm just sick of playing clips of bands I wouldn't listen to.
Let's hear the Jonas Brothers. Go.
The sun is shining just the way we like it. Let's get out of this hallway, show the world our face.
All right. More Handsome Boy Modeling School, please.
No. Just move on.
Okay.
All right.
The Jonas Brothers play fictionalized versions of themselves on the show. Obviously, they're a real band, but they owed a lot of their success to appearing on Disney shows and movies. They were signed to Hollywood Records, owned by Disney, so they appeared a lot. When they were on Hannah Montana, they just were the Jonas Brothers.
As themselves.
But the following year, they used that as a springboard because it was such a popular episode. They used that as a springboard to appear in the Disney movie Camp Rock as the band Connect 3.
It's Connect 4. Everyone knows that.
Exactly.
Those
Diagonally. Diagonally.
Pretty sneaky, T-Mike.
The movie and its sequel are about a music fantasy summer camp. So obviously there was a ton of other fake musicians, including the camp staff, Brown Cesario, who was the camp founder and the former bassist for the Wet Crows, played by Daniel Fathers. And then Axel Turner, who was the founder of the rival Camp Star, which comes up in the sequel. And he was Brown's former bandmate, but he got fired, and he's played by Daniel Cash.
Ooh.
And then there's Dee LaDuke, who's the Camp Rock's musical director, and she's played by Julie Brown.
Wait, Julie Brown or Downtown Julie Brown?
The original Julie Brown. No modifier Julie Brown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then there's also the Campers, who are all aspiring musicians. The biggest name of them is Demi Lovato's character of Michi Torres. So she's really the star, and this was kind of her starring thing. There's Tess Tyler, who was a diva played by Megan Martin, and her mom was pop singer named TJ Tyler, who's played by Jennifer Ricci.
Okay.
Not Christina, but Jennifer. Caitlin Geller, who's played by Allison Stoner, who actually has a music career because she was the little kid in the Work It video by Missy Elliott. And we bring it back to Missy Elliott.
It all comes back.
It's all a big circle. There's Ella Pador, played by Ana Maria Perez de Tagla. I believe she was one of the mean girls on Hannah Montana. Then there's Peggy Dupree, played by Jasmine Richards. Lola Scott, played by Aaron Doyle. There's just a drummer, and he doesn't even get a last name. His name is Andy. And he's by Giovanni Spina. I think that's like a subtle joke of the fact that nobody cares about drummers. Yeah. So there's Baron James, aspiring rapper, and also Sandra Lawyer. They're played by Jordan Francis and Rashawn Fagan. There's Dana Turner, who was Axel Turner's daughter. So she was an aspiring pianist, played by Chloe Bridges. And then Trevor Kendall, and he was a junior camper at Camp Rock, and he was played by Frankie Jonas.
The youngest of the Jonas Brothers.
Well, not really.
No.
He was not in the band. The band were the three older brothers. He was the youngest brother, and he actually made his film debut voicing Sosuke in the English dub of Miyazaki's animated film Ponyo.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. He sings the film theme with Ponyo, the character Ponyo, who was voiced by Noah Cyrus, the little sister of Miley Cyrus.
Oh, my
Nepo
goodness.
babies.
Yeah.
Nepo babies.
Oh,
I
Zeppo
know.
Jonas here.
It is like Nepo Baby Rat King. And now with that, we can close the book on Miley Cyrus. And as a bonus, we don't have to do a show about Camp Rock.
Well, okay, we do have
Merry early Christmas.
Wait. You're not going to mention the 28 novelizations of the Hannah Montana shows and movies? The 7 different video games?
What?
The fact that Hannah Montana sold so many clothes, jewelry, toys, and dolls that MSNBC estimated the Hannah Montana franchise was worth over $1 billion by the end of 2008 alone.
No, because I don't want to read 28 million books or like even open up any of those video games. I did try to get one of them running on an abandonware site, and it wasn't there. So
all right, well, kudos to you.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I did my best, but yeah.
You take a big hit for the team here, Alan. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do, Alan. So as your reward, I'll let you talk about Rat Kings now.
Boy.
But first, I'm Charles. There's Alan.
See you next week.
There's T-Mike.
Farewell.
And thanks for listening to the Rocklopedia Fake Bandica. All right, Alan.
Okay, so a Rat King happens when a whole bunch
You've
of
been
rats'
listening to the
tails
Rocklopedia
get
Fake
stuck
Bandica,
together.
a production of the Van Gogh Sketch Comedy Group. The hosts are Alan Benson, T-Mike Childs, and Charles Rempel. Our editors are Alan Benson and Charles Rempel. Please be sure to subscribe to the Rocklopedia on your service of choice so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a review or email us at fakebands@vgg.com. And don't forget to visit fakebands.com and the mothership, vgg.com. Thanks for listening.